Well, thank you very much for the kind introduction. Very excited to be here today, albeit virtually. My name is Amar Dhaliwal. I'm the CEO of Atheer. And today's a really exciting day for us because today we are launching and announcing the launch of the next generation of our award-winning AR platform. And over the course of the years, we've actually been fortunate enough to pick up several awards, but the ones that have always meant most to us have been those that have been awarded to us at AWE. And so most recently, last year, we were proud to be recognized as the best enterprise solution. And that follows on from the same prize that we won back in 2016. So thank you for that. And thank you for letting me be here today and for using this as the venue, which really is the only venue that we were looking forward to announce the release of the next generation of our platform. So why are we doing this? So 80% of the world's workforce, 2.7 billion people, actually are frontline workers or deskless workers. And despite the millions, the trillions of dollars that have been spent on IT spending over the years, only a small fraction of this spending has been directed at this workforce. And that has been our mission since Atheer was formed, and is the mission that we pursue every day. These frontline workers, over the last couple of years, we have seen technology start to impact their lives in a positive way. So we've seen remote video assist solutions. We've seen chat and group messaging directed at these workers. We've seen technologies that enable you to create work instructions. We've seen learning and training technologies directed at these workers. We've seen systems designed to make the enterprise's content and information available to them. But the fact is that these solutions have remained largely disconnected. These solutions have been targeted to provide point capabilities. And as a result, they have no awareness across each other. They don't provide for a seamless user experience. And as we have spoken to our customers, we keep hearing the same theme. We need a single streamlined system, a single streamlined platform that allows us to take care of all of the needs of our frontline workers and allows us to connect those frontline workers to all of the relevant expertise, the content, the information, the learning that is available across the enterprise. And I'm pleased to announce that with this next generation of our platform, we are bringing all of these separate capabilities together into one solution, and that solution that we are calling a frontline operating system. So, this next generation of our platform will be available from the 30th of June, so very soon. And it does represent our single most significant move yet to empower every frontline team in every organization. And as I say, we're now a complete no-code operating system. And as you will see, it allows an enterprise to very rapidly deploy the system and to use our no-coding framework and a set of building blocks to create the solutions or the applications that allow these frontline workers to be assisted, to be connected, and to help augment them as they're doing their mission critical work. So Atheer, and announcing today, Atheer is the operating system for frontline teams. And into a single, graceful, streamlined interface, we're bringing together all of these capabilities, and I'll be showing you that in a brief video that we have put together that will help you visualize the capabilities that we're bringing. So the components, the building blocks that form the essence of this new operating system, this new type of enterprise software, include the ability to have integrated conversations and group messaging. What we have found talking to our customers and the frontline workers at our customers is often the very first place that they go for assistance or they go for advice are their fellow technicians out in the field. So we've integrated the ability for people to connect very rapidly. Air Sessions is the next generation of our remote video assistants. And you'll see that there is a sophistication there that our customers have been demanding in terms of security, multi-party awareness, the ability to schedule, record, it's all there. Airforms is our no-code environment that allows you to create data forms to enable you to rapidly model any business process. Smart forms are how you interact with the rest of the organization. So a lot of capability that we're bringing here, but designed ultimately to streamline the frontline experience for these workers. And that frontline experience has to be simple, has to be available, has to accommodate for the fact that these frontline workers are often working in very difficult environments. The technology has to be straightforward to use. They have low tolerance for complexity. They have low tolerance for new technology. And so we've really put ourselves and got ourselves inside the minds of those frontline workers to deliver these experiences. So AirLens streamlines, as you will see, all this frontline work into one integrated experience. Right from here, you have access to all of your colleagues. You have access to your experts. You have access to your work instructions. You have file sharing, training, and so much more available across all the devices that those frontline workers are using. And powering this from the back end is Air Studio, which is our no-code development environment. It's where you can rapidly author business processes. It's where you can manage your users, your audiences, your devices, and to deploy in minutes and not in months. So to make this real, we're going to show a brief video of a common use case. So in our common use case, we have two personas. And this is for a fictitious company called Wave Bottling. They bottle and can beverages. Jeff is a maintenance manager there, and Jeff's job is to go on site wherever there is an issue and to fix a machine, to perform an inspection, to do preventative maintenance or corrective maintenance. And Samir is part of the central maintenance team. And Samir will often be the person that will provide support to the field maintenance engineers. And we're going to see this particular use case momentarily. So we're going to focus on Jeff. Jeff is the frontline worker. And as I was saying, his daily work consists of both preventative and maintenance across the various bottling and canning plants that Wave have in the Northwest region. And typically, preventative maintenance, that is scheduled work, is assigned to Jeff and his colleagues through a work management system. So somewhere a job order is created, and that job order will tell Jeff what to do, where to be, how long the job's going to take, what the issues were, etc. And Jeff will follow those instructions in order to carry out that preventative work. Often Jeff will have to also do corrective maintenance. He will get a call, this machine's down, it's impacting production, we need to get it up and running as quickly as we can, Jeff. He relies, as I was saying, he relies just as much on his fellow maintenance engineers for assistance, and he often will be called on by one of his fellow maintenance engineers to assist them. So that level of communication and collaboration. And then for complex issues, Jeff will seek assistance from his company's experts, so somebody such as Samir. And Samir is located in the central maintenance team in Chicago. So let's give you a very brief glimpse of the next generation of the Atheer Frontline operating system in action. So maybe I could ask to play the video. So here's Jeff, and Jeff's walking into the workspace and takes his mobile phone and to drive through the next step of the work he has to do. You'll see that every mobile experience is now branded for an organization, and everything that Jeff needs to do, whether it's perform a work instruction or to make a call or to seek assistance, is done from one single interface. In this case, he's stepping through a set of work instructions that guide him through this regular work that he has to do. In this particular case, he needed some assistance from Samir. So directly from the integrated chat, he's able to reach out to Samir, ask a question for clarification in the process where he may have run into an issue, and to engage in this secure communication. Samir is able to share documents of multiple types. Samir is able to provide guidance and suggestions for Jeff as he's carrying out that instruction or that work procedure. Now, if Jeff still needs assistance directly from in this experience, he's able to escalate that chat conversation directly into an AR video session. We call them AIR sessions. And those AIR sessions can be multi-party, so any number of people can be on that session. They can be scheduled in advance, they can be created ad hoc, they can be recorded, and they're available for playback. So in this case, Jeff simply enters a session ID and quickly enters this remote assist session. Now, with this remote assist session, of course, Samir is able to see exactly what Jeff is seeing, and Samir is able to assist Jeff through, obviously, the voice commands and the voice communication that is occurring, but also through the ability to annotate and to drive Jeff and to guide Jeff through the work that he has to do. Now, those annotations that you're seeing right now, they're happening on top of the live video stream. But you can also annotate on static images. Multiple people can annotate. And what's very important, those annotations are persistent. So as Jeff is scanning the environment, needs to show Samir somewhere else, any annotations that were placed are still available and will still be registered into the real world. We also have complete integration into enterprise systems, so enterprise content management systems, CRM systems, PLM systems, learning management, to actually make sure that all of the information from the enterprise is available. And of course, throughout this, constant data validation, data input, all authored with not a single line of code that's written. And at the end of this, Jeff obviously has the ability to sign off on the work that's done. That work is recorded, that work is captured and made available for analysis and made available for offline viewing and made available for reporting. So maybe we could just, thank you. So that is the briefest of glimpses into the next generation of the Atheer product. We're looking forward to sharing it with people, and we're looking forward to people to actually get their hands on it and start test driving it. So let me, as I start to summarize here. So what have we seen? So we have seen a new category of enterprise software. We call it a frontline operating system. And this system streamlines all work streams into one easy to use experience. This platform, this operating system, connects all of your frontline teams to all of the assistance and expertise and guidance and processes and the knowledge of the enterprise across all of the devices that may be deployed into the field. It's a completely no-code platform required, or no coding required, which allows you to deploy in minutes. You can be creating your first work instructions in minutes. You can be distributing those work instructions. You can be assisting your frontline teams. You can be connecting them to their colleagues and to their experts. And you have video session availability literally out of the box. And ultimately, our objective here with this platform is to empower every frontline team in every organization to do their best work, and for every frontline worker to be able to boost their own productivity. So as I said, we're proud to share this exciting news first with the audience at AWE today. It's an exciting day for us. It's the culmination of many years worth of work, and the culmination of a lot of co-creation with our customers. So as we start now to wrap this up, just one last thing that I would like to leave everybody with. So this frontline operating system that I've introduced you to here today. So it's important. It's one platform, completely integrated, seamless experiences, a single data model that's capturing all of these interactions, capturing all of these capabilities, and that allows you to report against this data model and to perform the intelligence or the analytics that actually gives you true enterprise intelligence. It is industry agnostic, so frontline teams from all different types of industries, wherever they might be, many use cases. So the use cases of whether it's field service or dealer service or maintenance or repair or inspections, or warehouse operations, all of those use cases accommodated by the single platform. And then, of course, we're proud of the innovation that we have done over many years, and a company that has 100 patents covering many areas from both hardware and software, and interactions, and just a deep understanding of AR in the enterprise. So with that, I thank you. I thank you for your time and the opportunity to be able to share this exciting news with you. And I look forward from hearing from you. And if anybody has any questions or any details in this presentation that I can answer, I'd be delighted to. So so with that, thank you for listening. I hope you're enjoying all of the great content that AWE is bringing to you this year. And now I'd be happy to take questions.
Hi, Amar. Thank you for your presentation and congratulations on the amazing piece of news.
Thank you. Thank you, Ravi.
So, Amar, the questions coming in are quite understandably regarding the AR piece of the platform. So, I've got a question from Nathan Crum saying, how does the remote person adding annotations get 3D context to add their notes in the context of the user?
So let me just make sure that, and I'm going to answer the question, Nathan. If it's not the right answer, then please do let me know. So so from us, context is a construct we spent a lot of time thinking about. So for us, context is established three ways. It's established by understanding who the person is, who the user is. It's understanding where they are, the space in which they are, and then what they're looking at. So that's what we obsess about. Who am I, where am I, and what am I looking at? And so we use those three pieces of information to actually gather and establish context, and we use that to provide the right piece of content and assistance. Now, if that happens to be something like an overlay, we do that by looking at the object, understanding the object, and knowing that somebody needs to actually take a content asset from somewhere and to overlay it to provide that right piece of assistance. We're not a content company. We don't create the content, but we can aggregate content from lots of other different places. So for us, context is it's a very interesting problem. It's something we spend a lot of time thinking about.
Right, absolutely. And like a lot of questions coming in on the AR aspect of your product. So question from Kerwin is, any planned support for HoloLens 2?
It's a good question. So we are planning to provide a native app, certainly to support the Windows 10 infrastructure by the end of this year, and hopefully we'll be able to develop that a little bit further to HoloLens. But what we have found is that, and we think HoloLens is an amazingly important piece of technology. We just don't see it and this is our customers. We just don't see HoloLens deployed at scale into the field, and that's a big driver for us. Is being driven by the devices that customers have. But long story short is that we do plan to support HoloLens. It's a question of timing for us.
Absolutely. I'll try to slip in one more question before we have to end this. The question is from Tony. He's asking if there's a chance of doing real-time voice translation for different languages for non-native English speakers.
Yeah, very Tony, really interesting question. So we've been looking at that problem from two different ways. So number one is the actual translation in real time for between experts and frontline workers, and how we deal with that issue. But also when we're recording a video, is how can we do real-time transcription of that video as part of the recording, so that becomes something that can index all of this information. So the answer to that is yes, and we're thinking about the problem both in real time and then also once a recording is being made to actually make that available as an asset.
Thank you so much, Amar. I'm afraid we have run out of time on this, but I appreciate your presentation and your answers. This was an amazing talk from your side, so thank you very much. And I will now move on to the next speaker. I hope you guys are having a good time learning from these amazing people.